Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. This is me, that zombie Geo guy. And I know what you're saying. Aaron, you promised us a month of zombie movies. Uh huh, I did. But, you see, I want to make this movie review for two reasons. One, it's Rambo. Two, Veterans Day just passed. So I wanted to kind of do this as an honorary thing. So, don't worry, next review will be of a zombie movie, alright? Although, can't really. We're just gonna save that for next week. But so today we're gonna be reviewing Rambo Last Blood. I just watched the movie. Everything's fresh enough here. So let's get started, shall we? Um. Now, I didn't watch any reviews before watching the movie, and I've only watched like 3 or 4 reviews after watching the movie. So I just wanted to get a sense of what the common thinking was. So now that I got that, I disagree with practically everyone on this movie. I think this movie's a lot better than the 2008 movie. That movie, when it wasn't being shocking, kind of bored me to tears. Actually, I think I fell asleep watching that movie once. Funny enough, it was like the heavily edited cable version, and I straight up like 15 minutes into the movie. So everyone trying to tell me that this movie is not as good as that movie, I'm like, okay, to each their own. I disagree. But enough of that. What I like about this movie? Well, first off, Sylvester Stallone knocks it out of the park as Rambo. Like, you know, so Rambo First Blood, love that movie, and it was so cool to see someone as a veteran who was really mentally screwed up by what he saw and did, and trying to come home. And soldier can leave the war, but does the war ever leave him? But this movie does something just as good, in my opinion, which it explores what if that old war dog is actually still kicking around 20, 40 years later? I don't know if any of y'all know too many older war veterans, but their bodies may not be exactly as sharp, but their brains and their attitude are still there. So yeah, I totally buy Rambo going down like this. And I like the bad guys, because you know what's funny is outside of Taken, which everyone I think unfairly compares this movie to, you really don't hear much about human trafficking in movies. So I think it's cool. I don't scratch that. I don't think human trafficking is cool. I think it's cool. Man, there's not really a good way to phrase that. Let me try again. I think it's a good idea to show people the true evils of the world, and instead of just making up some. I know Burmese actually exist. I know that, but when American and other audiences are not going to be like Burmese, Burma. Know all about that. I got that all up here, man. I'm willing to roll with you. But everyone hears the word human traffickers, and they're like, scumbag, piece of shit. Mess them up, Rambo. Mess them up good. And so, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I like the villain setup. I love the way they set up Rambo as basically this old war dog who, it's like, how much fight does he got left in him? But then you mess with his family, and he's like, I'm gonna just go all out. I ain't gonna hold nothing back. And I think people, they gloss over a few moments in this movie when they're talking about the setup and the relationships. Now, I get what people are saying. Yeah, the beginning does feel a little fast forward. I grant you that. But you miss out like really good lines, like when Rambo suggests to his daughter, I'm pretty much gonna call her that. I don't know why they just didn't cut to the chase and call her that. Well, anyways, I'm gonna call her that. His daughter, figure, whatever. his daughter. He's like, well, since you're having a going away, oh, go on, do my best on. Since you're having a going away party, why don't you have him here? It'd be fun. And she's like, Uncle, Dad, Rambo, last time they were here, you just stared at them and it made them really uncomfortable. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't mean anything about it. I just sometimes do that. I'm like, wow. That was a really cool place for the movie to go. Like, PTSD in the Thousand Yard Stare kind of gets a little romanticized a little bit in some war movies, so I'm glad that they show, yeah, it's not a good thing, especially when it comes to social interactions. Like, I know kids of veterans who were petrified about having their friends, especially if they were females bringing boys home, petrified of how their dad would handle the situation. So I thought that was a pretty cool exchange. Um, and also I kind of like the mother aunt character. I thought she was pretty funny, and I thought she actually did a really good job convincing you she cared. I think as an actress, that was a really good job on her part. For some things I didn't like about this movie, I'm not gonna lie, it was really freaking obvious what was gonna happen to the daughter character. I mean, they should have just stamped dead on her forehead. Oh, spoiler, sorry. The movie is a year old. You've had time to watch it. But yeah, no, they should have just, when the bad guys were marking her, instead of marking her with a mark, they should just took a stamp dead. Because you could see that coming from a mile away. I was not shocked by it. I was more shocked by how good Stallone's acting, reacting to the death scene was. That was pretty good. See, another compliment in there. But yeah, I didn't think the actress was that great, but I also think she's a relative newcomer. I'm not sure if this was her first picture, but definitely gave off first picture vibes. So maybe she'll get better with time. Who knows? You know, do we all want to bring up Stallone's first movie? I didn't think so. But yeah, those are some of my pros, some of my cons. I guess my final thoughts on the movie. As for rating, I'd give it a good 7 out of 10. I think it's a good movie. Definitely worth the $4 I paid for it on Microsoft Store to rent it. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if I would have paid the like $15 to own it, but and again, I never thought Microsoft. It's not even just because of Rambo. I just don't think Microsoft Store's pricing is all that fair sometimes. So yeah, I don't really like buying movies on Microsoft Store. I mean, I have a few, but yeah, no, 7 out of 10. And I think that if this is the last Rambo, which you definitely get that feel. I mean, they left it pretty open ended. But if it's this last movie, I think it's a good swan song. I think it's a good closing chapter. You know, I love how everyone made fun of Michael Myers being 6 years old on the new Halloween movie, but you know, Rambo comes out like, I'm even older than you. What are you gonna do to me? Oh my goodness, I now want to see a Rambo versus Michael Myers movie. Anyways, I mean, considering Rambo's owned by Lionsgate, we might get Rambo versus Jigsaw. Now, that would be an interesting Rambo 6. But enough of that. Anyway, so my final thoughts 7 out of 10. Good movie. Shows veterans and PTSD in a pretty good, interesting light. And that one line, heartstrings, man. When he's talking about how he doesn't mean to scare people away with his 1,000 yards, they're like, that's just heartbreaking, man. And also, I just wanted to say happy late Veterans Day to everyone out there. You know, stay safe. You know, don't go too crazy in this. I mean, we all go real mad sometimes, but don't go too crazy during all this. It'll eventually go away. And Thanks to veterans for protecting us, putting their lives on the line. Can't. I mean, I was in the military like back in 2017. I can't imagine what it's like during this whole COVID nonsense. So they even have even more of my gratitude for putting up that nonsense. But yeah, thank you, veterans. Thank you, Stallone, for giving us a pretty badass movie. And I'll see you guys all next week, Sunday, with my review of Night 11 Dead 3D Reanimation, starring Andrew Diveroff and Jeffrey Combs. So we're gonna see the evil genie and the reanimator fight zombies. We'll see how that ends up. Peace.